guys, here we are again. Luckily the snow's sort of gone now. Sorry to hear about the guys in the cargo that went out, got all frosted up other day. Really feel bad for you. Anyway, you give us a bit of inspiration after watching Tent Box Community Channel and seeing them pictures at Cairngorms, and we don't want that happening to us, so we need a solution. You'll see it last video we did. I put gas burner on, didn't quite kill us, but you know, it won't tent up. Thought we'd go a bit more extreme this time, so we bought one of these little babies. It's a Max Peeding, whatever it is, Max Peeding Rods 5 kilowatt diesel heater, and it probably does more miles to the gallon than this old heap here. So what we're going to do, I've already unboxed it obviously because I couldn't wait to play with it, and sort of set it up. I've got a big mesh thingamajig snake coming tomorrow off Amazon, because the thing they sent you, you can't bend it. Excuse me, too much fresh air. You can't bend it. So it's about as much use as an ejector seat in an helicopter, really. Not really that good at all. So anyway, get rid of that thing. Best thing for that, back of the garage. And the state of this place, it's embarrassing, but you know what, sort it. So yeah, we've got this. Now, one thing I will say, Amazon, £201. Forget that, get on eBay. Little reduction voucher you get, 138 quid. One concerning thing I noticed straight away, the power lead looks like a kettle lead. Alright, it says DC 12 volt on it, but if you didn't know anything about sparks, you'd be tempted to plug a kettle lead in there, and you could have a bit of a problem, seeing as it's a 12 volt system and you're knocking 230 through it. It comes with battery terminals, sort of the standard, and it comes with a little 15 amp inline fuse. So bought something off Amazon again. My beautiful assistant is sort of showing you. We're just going for a 12 volt 20 amp fused thing. I'm just going to roughly bodge it up at minute, plug it into the back of the truck, because I've got like a 12 volt thing in back at bed here. We're going to fire the old boy up and see how it gets on. And it's a Chinese diesel heater at end of the day, but apparently this one's quite good. Max Speeding Rods. Okay, stand by. Right, back again. One bodge job later. Quick connection. Dead dark, but we plugged into the back of the truck. One thing I will say straight away, that LCD screen is really dim. You've got no chance of seeing that at daytime. So I've put some diesel in it, I think. Should be filled up. Yeah, got some diesel in there. Fitted the air intake. Wrap the exhaust. Just don't want that burning the plastic. Should be alright, but we'll find out. Right, let's fire it up, see what happens. Nothing happening. I've got no idea how this works. It comes with a remote. Oh, hang on. Bye bye, it said to me. No, mate, you've got the wrong idea. We need to start you, or it'd be bye bye, you'd be going back to bloody Amazon. Ooh. Right, so it says it's plugged in. Now that point, or that 7.98 volts, that is the glow plug warming up. Already, fan's spooling, so I can feel it. I didn't get a word of that, but it's showing me error 01. No idea what that means. Bye bye. Let's go again. So what's it doing? Oh mate, that thing's doing me time. Fan's working, but it showed me an error again. Can't hear it. Just push everything, see what happens. What's it saying? Instructions? That's for dummies. Bye bye, it says. Try again. Shows power. HO 8 degrees. Ah, that's temperature is 8 degrees. I think it's reading the external temperature. Fan's warming up, so that must be the fan bit. Low battery. Here we go. Let me just go and fire the old beast up. It's telling me there's a low battery. That's going to be a bag of crap if we go on the site. It's going to run my battery out, isn't it? One moment. This might run off a Bluetti or similar, but there's no point having the bloody engine running on your truck if you want this thing to run. I'll have to get a power pack or something, or a leisure battery, which I intend to do with truck anyway at some point. See what happens now. Nothing. Hold it. Still nothing. It's going to be another one of them videos, isn't it? Right, now it's frozen up. We'll push OK. Let's acknowledge the fault. This really is a bag of shit. Oh, something's happening. Still showing an error. I was just embarrassed making this video. I'm just waffling. It's actually a worse video than what I'm normally used to making. Come on! Come on! So I've plugged it straight into a Ford Ranger battery and it's told me low voltage. Let's do what works for computers. Unplug the bastard. Yay! And then we'll plug it in again. Let's start again from the top, shall we? Push the button. So it's set at 23 degrees. Right, 9.6 volts. 10 volts. It's actually doing something. But I've not heard the little clicking fuel pump yet. It goes tick, tick, tick and annoys the crap out of everybody. Everybody's talking about them on YouTube. 11.2 volts. Fan's working, that's a definite. .1 to 11.3 volts. What's it doing? Turn it up. I want to go to... Right, it goes up to 30 Celsius. It might be ticking, I may not be able to hear it over the car engine. But usually they say these things have to prime. So you normally hear a really loud annoying ticking coming from the little diesel pump which clicks. This is supposed to be a silent one, we'll see about that. I have no idea what's happening. It just tells me it's plugged in and the fan's working. Which it is, because I can feel the fan. Ah, hang on, we've got something happening. Yeah, there's a ticking. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the glow plug. And the pump is starting to put some fuel in now. I think something's happening. Well, that's important. Not a sponsor. Bit of badger, a thirsty ferret. Oh, hang on. Looks like we've got a bit of smoke coming out of it. Well spotted, that girl. That means it's introducing fuel into the combustion chamber. It's good. So it's either going to blow up now and we're going to have to run for it and it's going to cost me a new truck, or it's going to work. Oh, the pump is getting faster. That's going to spool up now. Clicking. Tick, 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 tick. I'm not sure if that... Oh yeah, wait a minute, it's getting a bit warm. Is that getting warm, babe? I think so. Yeah, it's definitely getting warm. It's defeating the object, having the bloody truck running when we try to get a bit of heat. Otherwise I'll just stick a pipe up the vent on the dashboard and send that up to the roof tent. Something's happening. Something's definitely happening. Yeah, the light went out. There we go. I did remember earlier on I come out to the truck and I'd left the interior light on. It must have been on all night, but it's an LED light, so that's possibly why I might have a bit of a low voltage level in my battery. So maybe the little... Hey, it's speeded up. Just ticking now. So maybe it was doing its job and saying, hang on a minute mate, there's not enough battery in your truck to fire me up. So maybe, oh yeah, it's getting warm, that's getting warm. It's definitely getting warm. 29 degrees. There we go. Do you know what, that's working. Put some of this heat shrink stuff around the exhaust, which is quite hot. Oh hang on, it's going into turbo mode. Yeah, it's a bit of a draft coming off it. That's 13.8 volts on the screen now. That looks like the alternator's charging the battery up. It's not smoking, it's not overly noisy. Exhaust is still getting hot though with that wrap on there. Not happy about that on the tailgate. Saying that, it's not warming up too much. Sounds like a jet engine about to take off. Definitely getting warm. It's definitely. Apparently they take a few minutes to warm up anyway, and you should never ever just pull the plug on them, because when you pull the plug on them they still inject diesel apparently. I can hear the pump getting faster and faster. And it's definitely hot now. My phone's wet. Okay. That's because I'm an idiot, though. It's raining out there and we've just got the shelter of the garage door. So I picked the worst times to come out and do videos. That's up to full whack with the looks of it now. I'm assuming that's what it means in Chinglish. I just can't work out this 13.6 volts is. That must be telling me what my battery power is that's feeding it. 14 is about an average charging rate on a smart alternator, apparently. That's warm. That is warm. Program 1. Program 2. I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm just pushing everything. It's trying to talk to me again, but you know what, can't hear a word it's saying. What instruction manual, babe? Have we got one? No, it's in a box somewhere. You know, that's the last thing you do is read the instruction manual. Quick start reference.
It's just the label, see?
Right, there we go. Get some diesel in it. Connect your panel. Adjust your level of temperature. Yeah, done that. Connect your car battery, done that. Quick start. Push something. Oh yeah, on button. Quick stop. Off button. Connect your car battery. Press setting key to apply or change the mode. What mode? Oh, I tell you what, that's toasty. That's kicking it out. So, 30 degrees. We get a bit of smoke coming off the exhaust. And it is bloody hot. I'm just going to make sure it's too late, look, you see. That's why you should never have done it. Right, that's going on the deck. I'm going to change this out for a bit of a galvanised anyway, so it's a little bit of a cooking station. It just goes to show how what them exhausts get, even with the lagging on them. Just pretty quiet though. Ouch. Yep, definitely getting up. What's it on now? .14 at battery. It's pretty funky. What's this? Yeah, but that's to do with app. You can put it on Bluetooth through the app. Go on then, you're the brains of the operation. Have a read through it. Tell me what I'm going wrong. Don't stick it on the Ford Ranger tailgate because it'll melt your plastic. What you saying, babe?
I don't want to read it.
That's right, you're back to me then, is it? Right, so we've learned that needs to go on the floor or somewhere where exhaust doesn't burn anything. There's not enough room to swing a cat in this garage. That's definitely hot. Oh, and it keeps going out. So let's just drop the temp and see what happens there. Highest is 30 Celsius. The lowest is 5 degrees. So that should ramp down then eventually. That is ramping down. I can hear the fuel pump slowing down on it. It's definitely slowing down. 5 degrees though, that's not a lot. Still hot, that's nice. You know what, that warmed the tent up lovely, that will. Just need that big flexible pipe to arrive from Amazon tomorrow. All in all, 130 quid. But you definitely need to get a power pack or something to run it off. Apparently they start up, they take a lot of watts to get them going, and then they slow down and they run hardly anything. I think it's just when the glow plug kicks in, it takes a lot of voltage. The exhaust is well up. But what do you expect? That's toast. That really is just nice. Once you get a pipe on that and feed it across into your tent or your living pod. Oh, just out of interest, back again. Apparently a Samsung S7 video, you can only record for about 18 minutes and then it says bye bye and just shuts you off. So sorry about that. So right, yeah, just to recap, cheap Chinese max speeding rods diesel heater. And we just bought it because obviously we'd seen the YouTube videos about it, and we'd also seen the Tent Box Community Facebook page, and the poor people that went camping in the cargo and absolutely got frozen solid and ice inside, and felt really bad for them. So yeah, just made my mind up, we need to do something. It's either get the thermal liner or get one of these babies and put a pipe through into the bottom of the living pod and just warm the whole thing up. What I have learnt is don't put it on the back of your Ranger tailgate, because she will melt the little bits. Even with the exhaust lagging, it's red hot. So need to think about that next time. It needs to sit on the floor or somewhere well away from the car and the tent, I think. Second thing I learnt is the pipe that comes out of the little air vent at the front, you can't extend it, it's not worth shit basically. So that's got bunged in the back of the garage, that's where it's going to stay now till I can find a use for it. So best off buying some sort of aluminium 5 metre flexible hose which you can clamp onto that and then feed into your tent, and that leaves the unit well away from your car. The other thing is, it doesn't like starting off car batteries, especially if the car battery is a bit low. It's good that it warned me that the battery was a bit low, but at the same point I do wonder how long this thing will run off this big old Ranger battery without it flattening it, or without the Ranger going into protection mode. So the question would be, if you plugged it into a Jackery or a Bluetti or an All Powers or something like that, PowerStation, how long would this thing run? Would it last all night? How much would it take out at Bluetti? What size Bluetti would you need to actually run it? I'm not an electrical person, I've got absolutely no idea of anything like that. I'm a mechanical guy, but not an electrician. I'm not a Sparky. So if you've got any ideas, or you've got one of these things and you run it on a power pack, just make a comment, let me know, let the rest of the watchers know what you're running it off, how long it lasts, and it'll probably help us to decide what we need to buy to get this thing to run for us as we want it. We've figured out, you know, it started well, it's certainly cranking heat out, It's calmed down a bit now. What it's telling me is we are at 5 degrees, but to be fair, you put your hand against that, ouch, it's coming away, so that's a bit hotter than 5 degrees, but it's knocking some nice heat out. That would be enough to come out of a tube to put into a living pod or a tent and warm that tent up with a light toast. The Bahamas in your pyjamas, that's what that would be. Yeah, you know what, that's good. Right, now if I push the off button, I want to see what happens. Is it just gonna... It said something in English, but I could hardly hear it. It sounded like a mosquito talking. It says off, so it's obviously trying to do something, as in off. I'm assuming it's going to spool down. So, right, that's the pump gone off. It sounds like the fan's ramping up. I can hear tinking, which means it's cooling down the aluminium. The fan power's raised, so it's expelling air from around that heat exchanger in there. Oh, get a bit louder there. Yeah, sounds like a Harrier trying to take off. Bit of a smell of diesel coming from it, but it is new. I suppose it'll need a bit of time to bed in. All in all, not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely the lowest setting's all you need on this thing. I think that's a bit too hot for your tent. So it's just purging the air off the intercooler at the minute, and then I should imagine you can run like that for a bit and then knock the fan off. We left that thirsty ferret. Not a bad drop, that. Excuse me. Right, instruction manual. So we'll let that cool down and then we'll chuck it with the rest of the stuff that's got to be loaded up on our next excursion. And that pipe will come tomorrow and I'll figure out how we're going to power it up while we're out on site. That's about it really. So, apologies. Again, another shit video, but you know, it is what it is. Max speeding rods, diesel heater, got it for 138 quid off the old eBay. Supposed to be really good on fuel, better than the Ranger anyway. I think with the right power and the right safety in place, it shouldn't be too bad at all for heating a rooftop tent. As I said, you get them, you have to sort of modify them, make sure they're safe. Obviously that's the first thing you do. Strip it, make sure your fuel lines are all tight, there's no leaks. And then just buy the proper stuff, like the flexible pipe that transfers the heat. That's getting nice and cold now. And yeah, I think it'll work. I think I can do something with this. Just need to know what we can use to power it. I think that's what it's all about. Anyway, enough of my ranting. I'm going to go back in and have a few more of these beers because I really get the taste for this thirsty ferret. And weekend's on the way. Got nothing to do tomorrow, no work planned. We could have gone away. We could have gone somewhere Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back for Monday morning for work. But you know what, with weather, nah, it's gloomy, it's horrible. Don't fancy it. Besides that, we came back from Scotland yesterday. I had a meeting up in Scotland at a place near Oban called the Crinan Canal. So I took Ascension with me. We booked into an hotel up there. Beautiful scenery. We're definitely going back there. I'm thinking about Loch Lomond. There's a campsite at the side of the lodge on the lock there we looked at, and I think that could be the next thing for the little outing for us. Oh, she's kicked off. Right, she's knocked off. That's it. Cooled down. Sorted. Well, we're still both in one piece. Ranger's slightly damaged. Garage is still in one piece. House hasn't burned down yet, so not all that bad. We'll say goodbye. Have fun. As I said, it's a crap video, but hopefully you've took something from it. Either I'm an idiot, or yeah, we might buy one of them things. Let's see. Talk to you later. Bye bye.